Hello, this is Transformers fan G138, and here's a video review of Transformers Reveal the Shield Jazz. I qualify this as part of the Generations line. Technically it's not, but it kinda is. Well, first off, this is a really, really awesome Jazz. The closest Jazz we had to a Generations or Classics was the Generation 1 repaint of the Pontiac Solstice movie Jazz. And I use that in my stop-motion series quite a bit. But, and then I got this guy. And it was actually dumb luck that I was able to find this guy. Which is kind of funny. But, yeah. I didn't pre-order it. It was way too expensive to pre-order. So, it was just luck. This is the only one the store got in, and it happened to be a return somebody found online or whatever. I don't know how they did it because it was not available on the website. But anyway, I was able to pick this guy up and tracks. Just dumb luck. Well, it has his awesome 4, number 4 there, 4 on the doors. His traditional blue and red stripes. Love it. He did have a small defect here, a little bit of paint didn't dry quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that on the video, but it's there. The white paint they use matches pretty nice with the plastic. It's a little off, but not much. Especially in robot mode, you don't even see painted white plastic except for his forearms, and that's separated enough. From the bottom, you can see the back of his head, but he doesn't look overly robotish. Kind of looks like a super advanced car. We'll go with that. His gun store's up here under the bumper. I'd like to pronounce things correctly. He's got a Reveal the Shield sticker here, which turns easier than the original rub signs did, which is kind of cool. I don't know why they went and reinvented it, but it's nice. I liked it. He rolls nicely if you can get the arms to fold up properly into the door, up in between the doors and the body. If you don't, these drag, and these are painted, and they will scrape up like you wouldn't believe. I'm always careful to make sure there's clearance. It's very, very close to the ground, like that close. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy in robot mode, and whoa, first, while I have him in vehicle mode, I want to just do a size comparison with Fall of Cybertron Jazz here. Big difference in the size of the cars. Just hold them up. Yeah, and this is like a third of the, like this is like 3 times heavier than this. Yeah. I like this guy. It just feels like I didn't pay for it. I paid too much for it or something. I don't know. It's the new thing they're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy in robot mode. If you want to see a full comparison in robot mode of these two, I've done that in my Fall of Cybertron review of Jazz. So, like I said 3 times, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy in robot mode. Once again, one more minor thing I have to do before I turn him into robot mode. He actually has a feature that he had in G1 in the cartoon. You can actually pull the speakers out in vehicle mode, which is kind of cool. Because he used to just, turn into car mode and blast Decepticons with music and, disorient them. So, that's a cool feature. These are on clip system ports, so you can actually clip these onto any Transformer you want, as long as they have a clip system port. You can also clip these to the guns, and I'll show that off in robot mode. Okay, now, definitely I'm turning him to robot. So, finally, here he is in robot mode. And I have to say, he is one of my favorite Generations, or Reveal the Shield figures, molds of the entire whatever year he is. Reason being, his mobility and his looks and his overall appearance. It's phenomenal. Most of the Generations and Reveal a Shield line was very, very well done. Have to give Hasbro props on that. So, I'll show off the weapon first. I don't usually do this first, but this is how it's stored in robot mode, up under the bumper, to transform it into his G1 looking gun. Pull this up, out, and kind of like just play around with it until it like kind of looks right. And actually legit looks like his gun from the show and comic book, which is kind of cool. And he's got some awesome poses too you can get out of this guy. So I'll go ahead and do the articulation. I think I forgot to do articulation on my cut review. Not really sure. Maybe I did. I don't remember. So, no motion in the feet, but they're molded with a slant in it. So you do have that option. They balance enough that you can put his legs together. You know, kind of like that look. He's got a double hinged knee, which you can get easy 90-degree angle with. And then some. You have a swivel here in the thigh. And 2 hinge joints here in the hip. Not ball and socket. Awesome. So that gives you that motion. He does have a waist swivel. It's somewhat limited due to the way this moves. I mean, you can still move it all the way around. It's just a little bit finagling with the backpack. So, that's cool. He's got a little bit of shoulder movement with these panels here, the way they transform. Love how his wheels are on top of his shoulders, but does not limit his mobility, because his arms are separately on a ball and socket joint. You have all this range of motion. You can't go all the way up and around. You can do that, but you got the doors and this in the way a little bit. Not too bad, though. They got a phenomenal range of motion. He's got a hinge here, a double jointed elbow, and a ball and socket joint hand. But it's somewhat limited to this. Not bad, though. It's phenomenal motion. And then, of course, a ball and socket joint head. The biggest complaint I've heard about this guy is the way his head sits down into his armor. And that is actually not that bad. You don't really notice it all that much. And it gets rid of that 4, which in his transformation in the comic books, I think, his 4 disappeared in robot mode. And I think that's a very creative way to do it. Much better than how they pulled it off with Prowl. So, in this mode, you can still deploy the speakers on his doors, which in the comic book and show were not there, but on the original toy, they were. So, I think that's a really cool thing that the doors are there. In my opinion, I'd rather have the doors there. So, yep, those are nice. You got your blast sound at the enemy. And then you got his gun, which, oddly enough, if you don't pull the ball and socket joint off, the speakers are actually on a clip system, which, folded properly, fits on the gun for whatever reason. Why do they clip on the gun? No idea. Don't really care. They just do. Yep, and I constantly have no idea why I have such an issue with the ball and socket joints here. But they got some decent motion themselves. I'll go through those. So you can put his blasters on the end of his speakers on the end of his blaster. Yeah. So his overall design is pretty nice, and I'm looking forward to the wheelie recolor of this. That's going to be a Toys R Us exclusive. Really looking forward to it. just because I love this mold. Don't particularly love wheelie, but I do like the mold. So these have clip system ports and a ball and socket joint on that, so it can rotate. It's got a hinge inside here as well, so you can get some decent motion with whatever transformer you plug this onto. And I think that pretty much concludes my video review of Transformers Reveal the Shield Jazz. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.